For each commencement ceremony, one graduate is chosen to speak on behalf of the graduating class. To be selected for this honor, students must not only demonstrate academic success, but they must also exemplify the values of our institution. The graduate chosen for this ceremony is Ryne Peters, who is receiving his Bachelor of Science from the School of Nursing. During his academic career at SIUE, Mr. Peters has demonstrated the highest level of academic success. He has been named to the Dean's List for 8 consecutive semesters and also received the University Housing Academic Excellence Award. Today, he is graduating summa cum laude with highest honors. Mr. Peters has also exhibited a commitment to service, having volunteered with the Special Olympics of Illinois, the Children's Health Fair in Pana, Illinois, and the Woodland Elementary Health Day in Edwardsville. Mr. Peters, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the podium to represent your graduating class.
Thank you, Provost. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Commencement. Before beginning my speech, I would like to thank Dean Maurer and the nursing faculty and staff for giving me the opportunity to speak on behalf of the class of 2012. I would also like to thank all our honored guests, family, and friends for being here today. In particular, I would like to take this opportunity to thank my parents, grandparents, and my brother for their love and support over the last 22 years of my life and whatever I was doing. Whether it was doing my laundry, cooking dinner on the weekends, or providing me with some extra green, I want them to know how much of a difference they made, especially during the last 4 years. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. When I found out I was selected to speak at this year's commencement, I did not know exactly what I wanted to say or how I should go about saying it. It's hard to sum up what the college experience has been like in such a short amount of time. I can definitely tell you the experience has been a great one, though. From the time I first set foot into Bluff Hall freshman year until today, I have come to learn a lot while here at SIUE. One of the biggest things any of the graduates in this room could describe to you is the balancing act that college requires. Being a full-time student, working a job, having a social life, and keeping up with family was not always an easy task. Dilemmas such as deciding whether to go out with friends or staying and work on homework, studying over the weekend or calling into work the night before a test, or wearing that old shirt you threw in the corner over doing your laundry that has piled up for a couple weeks were decisions I often faced on a weekly basis. Trial and error seem to be one of the greatest ways to learn how to balance the many aspects of college life. After 4 years here at SIUE, most of us have this balancing act down to an art. And for the times I didn't do well on a test, presentation, or project, my friends were always there to pick me up. After a hard test, we would often go in a big group out to eat, watch a movie, play soccer, or anything that would help with the stress we had just been through. Other times we would all go home and pass out because we were running off 3 hours of sleep and 4 cups of coffee. The only thing you can think about when waking up in the morning for a test is I would give anything to have just a couple more hours of sleep. I also met many of my friends through the countless group projects we had to do during our time at SIUE. And honestly, if I ever hear the word group project again, it's going to be way too soon. But the truth is, we have had to work with a diverse group of people over the last 4 years, and we have learned what it means to be a team player. This can be applied to our occupations because most of us will be working with a team professionally. But no matter how I met the people, I made a lot of lasting friendships here at SIUE. They often say the friends you make in college are lifelong friends, and I can see why after everything that we have been through together. In the nursing program, studying for tests, giving presentations, clinical rotations, and living together forms a strong bond between people. You learn to count on each other. Thus, another important lesson I've learned in college is that friends have to be able to adapt to each other, especially when you spend so much time together. One of my best friends, Brent Hitchens, and I have been running to clinical together for the last 2 years. I am the type of person that always didn't mind showing up to the hospital about 20 to 30 minutes early. And if I had to read the paper or listen to the radio for a little bit, I would. At least we were early. On the other hand, Brent always liked to time our rides so that we showed up to the hospital within 5 minutes of us needing to be on the floor, it seemed like. I never really had a problem with this, so the first day I would always drive and get us there early. And the rest of the 8 weeks we would always use the Brent method. One funny memory in particular still sticks out in my mind to this day, although I was ready to pull my hair out at the time. It was about 15 degrees in January of last year, and we'd got some ice and snow the night before clinical. I was up for clinical, and Brent was running about 10 minutes late, and I'm calling him and asking where he's at. He says, "I'm almost there, man." When he pulls up to Evergreen Hall, he's got about a palm-sized area of his windshield he can see out of, and the rest of his car is a solid block of ice. I get in the car, and he says, "My whole car was covered in ice, man." I said, "Oh, I didn't notice, Brent." So then we get about 5 minutes down the road, and his wipers are locked up, and I look over, and he's got less than an eighth of a tank of gas. Even after being 10 minutes late, covered in ice, and stopping by the gas station, we made it to the floor on time. I complained the entire way there, and when we got there, Brent says, "I told you we would make it." I never said another word after that day, but I knew come ice or no gas, Brent wasn't going to be stopped. I'm really going to miss those weekly rides to clinical and the good experience we received from many of the area hospitals. The rest of my experiences were similar to this one throughout college. There never seemed to be a dull moment. As you could probably see as you drove across campus, SIUE continues to expand and grow on a daily basis. At the heart of our college are 5 core values that SIUE expects every student to strive for. These values are citizenship, excellence, integrity, openness, and wisdom. 2 of the values that have always been the most important to me are excellence and integrity. Excellence has been important to me as a nursing student because we continually strive to better ourselves in our knowledge and clinical practice to provide excellent patient care. Integrity has also been important to me as a nursing student because we must be honest with our documentation and most importantly with our patients. In one way or another, I have no doubt we will all continue to exhibit these 5 values throughout our professional careers and even the rest of our lives. It is a reflection of SIUE and what sets us apart from the multitude of colleges across our nation. Looking back over my years at SIUE, I don't think there is one aspect of my experience that I would change. I really enjoyed my time here in the nursing program, and now here we stand as college graduates. The hard work, dedication, and commitment we have all shown has led us to this moment. Although it was never anywhere close to being easy, receiving our degrees today makes the whole journey worth it. I will always carry a sense of pride with me, both for the school I graduated from and the nursing program that prepared me for the rest of my life. The reputation it carries speaks for itself. I will never forget the things that motivated me to become a nurse, such as seeing a family member go through chemotherapy or the high level of caring and reassurance nurses provide to family members. As I begin my nursing career, I am most looking forward to providing the same level of care in the community where I was born and raised. I hope to gain a lot of good experience and nursing insight in my position as a floor nurse on a medical unit. In closing, I would first like to thank the Chancellor for his past 8 years and hard work here, and we wish you the best on your retirement. I would like to once again thank everyone for coming out today to show their love and support for this special event in our lives. I would like to thank all my lecture teachers and clinical instructors for taking the time to pass along their knowledge and nursing judgment and supporting us throughout the program. I would also like to thank all my friends that have been here with me along the way. I would not have enjoyed this experience nearly as much if it hadn't been for all of you, nursing and business both. Lastly, I want to wish all the graduates in this room the best of luck in whatever they do. As my dad always said, all of us graduates in this room have something that nobody can ever take away from us: a college education. With that being said, I promised Sarah Rosenberry I would put a certain quote in my speech, but I only did it after I realized what meaning it had, not because she told me to. So as we get ready to begin a new journey in our lives, I want to leave you with this: the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryne, for that wonderful message. I'm very glad you figured out how to balance it all, obviously very successfully. Wish you all the best.